Hi everyone, I wanted to do another toxic makeup best and worst video for you, and this time I'm going to be reviewing Revlon. It's a very popular drugstore brand. I will say that they did have more low toxin options than I thought they would. But they do still have a ton of high toxin products. I will just show you a few of the items that I have and then go over a few more, but of course there will be more information about their products on my blog, which I will link down below. The ratings that I'm using are from the Environmental Working Group's database called Skin Deep. I will link it right here, and you can look up your makeup item scores and see how they rate as far as how high toxic or low toxic their ingredients are. If you want more information as to why I'm doing this series, I will link that below, as well as some other videos that I've done so far reviewing brands like e.l.f. and Urban Decay. So first of all, I'll start off with their lip products. I love their lip products. It's probably my favorite products by Revlon, but a lot of their super lustrous lipsticks do have low toxin ratings. So for Environmental Working Group, what that means is they rate an item or a product from 0 to 10. 0 means low toxin, the lowest toxin, no toxin, 10 being the highest or the worst score that they can get. And a lot of the super lustrous lipsticks, they look like this, a black tube with the gold detail. So quite a few of them scored a 2, which is still considered the low toxin range. 0 to 2 is low toxin. And this is in the color Cherries in the Snow, and I absolutely love it so much. Now, I wish I could tell you that all of the super lustrous lipsticks had low scores of 2, but that's not the case. Some of them were in the moderate range, which is 3 to 6, and then some were even in the high toxin range, which is 7 to 10. Next, I'll talk about a very popular Revlon lip product, which is their lip butters. And all of the lip butters on Skin Deep had a score of 4, which is the moderate toxin range. This is sugar frosting. It's just a very light, pretty pink. But like I said, all of them scored in the moderate range. Next, I'll talk about the Colorstay Ultimate Suede Lipsticks. This one is in the color High Heels. It's a pink, and it has a score of 5, which is also in the moderate range. And this is one of their liquid lipsticks. This is in the color Premium Pink, and these are really crazy. They really are liquid lipsticks. It's very strange. They go on kind of, obviously like a liquid, like a gloss, and then they dry to look like a matte lipstick or like a regular lipstick. Very weird. But anyway, this color is low toxin, and actually most of them are. Most of them have a score of 2, but there are a few shades that have a score of 3, which bumps them up into the moderate range. Next, I'll talk about some of their lip glosses. This one is one of my favorites. This is the Color Burst Lip Gloss in Orchid. It's such a pretty lavender color, and it's got some silver shimmer. It's in the moderate range. It has a score of 3. Again, not terrible, but some of their lip glosses had scores as high as 7, which is in the high toxin range. So you're definitely going to want to look up the individual shade. There were literally, if you just go on Skin Deep and search Revlon, there's just hundreds and hundreds of products. Next, I'll talk about their eyeliners. This is the Colorstay Liquid Liner. This used to be my favorite liquid liner, but unfortunately it has a score of 5, so it's in the moderate toxin range, and none of their eyeliners, at least on the Skin Deep site, were low toxin. All of them that were listed were in the moderate range. Although I believe this one was also an older formulation from 2008. So currently, the current score, I am not 100% sure. The last thing I'll show you might make you sad. It made me very sad, is the Revlon Colorstay Foundation, which is supposed to be great for oily skin, which I have, and unfortunately, it's a high toxin. It has a score of 7. I was so disappointed. And the funny thing is, I had actually scanned this in the store using my Good Guide app, and it came up as being low toxin. And then when I got home, before I opened it, as you can see, it's not even open. I happened to peel back the label and look at the ingredients, and I noticed that there were multiple parabens in it, which automatically means it does not have a good score. That is one thing about Good Guide, is sometimes the app makes mistakes. So that's why I'm using only Skin Deep scores for today, just because I haven't found any mistakes on using that database yet. And it can be really confusing talking about both rating scales because they rate completely differently. Although one good thing about Good Guide is that it's rated way more products than Skin Deep. I mean, a ton more, and you can actually request products to be rated. They don't just look at the ingredient rating, but they also look at their social responsibility and how much they're taking care of the environment. As far as their blushes go, all of their blushes that I looked up scored at least in the moderate range, and some even scored in the high toxin range. When I looked up their mascaras, they were a little bit all over the place. There were a few that were in the low toxin range. The Overtime Lengthening Mascara in multiple colors scored a 2, which is low toxin. And also some of the shades in the Fabulash mascara, and some had a much higher score of 6, up to 6, I think. Sorry, I was filming this yesterday and then someone unexpectedly came over to my house, and so I had to stop, and now I'm gonna try to hurry up and finish up. So it's the next day, and sorry if everything's a little bit different. But anyway, the last thing I'll talk about is their eyeshadows. All of their eyeshadows pretty much score in the moderate to high range, except for a couple of shadow liner duos. And like I said, I will have a ton more information on my blog. There will be more products listed and more information about the kinds of ingredients there are in Revlon products. I'll list a few here. These are just a few of some of the toxic ingredients. They've been linked to causing cancer, reproductive toxicity, hormone disruption, cancer again, organ toxicity, as well as developmental toxicity, meaning toxins that get passed on to the baby while the mother's pregnant, or while she's breastfeeding, or just exposed to the toxins themselves while they're still developing, like if they're very young and wearing makeup or something like that. So that is it in a nutshell. That's a quick rundown on Revlon's products. Basically, again, most of their products score in the moderate to high range, but they do have a few that do score in the low range, but they could definitely do better. And so do what you want with the information. If this spurs you on to change how you're purchasing personal care products, or if you want to take further action, I will link below the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics website. On their website, they have a form letter that you can fill out and send to Revlon asking them to stop using these high toxin ingredients in their products. And on that page, they also have more information about some of the high toxin ingredients found in Revlon products, as well as health concerns that they are related to. If you have any comments, thoughts, suggestions, any more video requests that you'd like to see, leave it in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of one another, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.